Hi guys, it's me, Just Machine again, and for this video, dedicated to the Asian History Month of 2024, I decided to talk about something that's a little more darker than my love life for a change, and I want to talk to you again about the North Korea. And this story will not be as lighthearted and fluffy and funny as the interview with James Franco, Diana Bang, and Seth Rogen. Now, this story is a true story about what happens in North Korea to some of the prisoners therein. And this is Escape from Camp 14, a story about how, I'm going to mess up the name, but Shin Dong-hyuk and his escape from North Korea. Now this guy's story is nothing short of miraculous. This guy is great in his story up from North Korea, the most brutal dictatorship on earth. Now, this story is done by Wayne Hardin as the writer, and he wrote the book, and he's like he is a very seasoned war correspondent in the Washington Post. So he's pretty legit in my book. But anyway, this is one of the quotations from the book. I would like to get the page right. And let me tell you, I want to go around the world. I want to go to China. I want to go to South Korea. I want to go to Amsterdam, Paris, Italy, etc., etc., etc. Even Russia. But North Korea is one of the few places that I don't want to go to see. Okay. Now this is before the preface. And it says here, there is no human rights issue in this country, as everyone leads the most dignified and happy life. And that's by North Korean Central News Agency, March 6, 2009. So, right there, being it was from the official agency of North Korean news, it's nothing but pure propaganda, because in America we have a more liberal system, and to see that everyone in the country is happy is a misnomer. So to say that everyone in any country is 100% happy is impossible. So we know that it's a lie just on the idea about being 100% happy and prosperous. As we will see soon enough. Now, there is something to say about people that were in these camps, these extermination camps, these hard labor camps, much like the Russian Gulag and a much more well-known Nazi concentration camp of World War II fame. But you don't really hear too much about camps in North Korea, except through news and maybe a movie or two. But they do exist. There are at least 14 of them. I think there are like 16 of them. And in there, they talk about how there is much more teaching involved with it than, say, what you learn in school. For example, they have in the preface that they have a teachable moment by where Shin over here witnesses his own mother and brother's death, execution style, where the mother is hanged and the brother is shot dead by like 3 people or something like that. I think that's enough. I don't know why they would do 2 separate types of execution. Maybe because one's more painful than the other, but I don't know. I can't say that for sure. But the thing is that when people are executed, they're, it's like everyone in the camp is brought out. It's supposed to teach people to stay in line, or else to get these consequences put in you. You either die or you get hard labor. And the 2 of them were planning to escape. Fair enough. But then the person that ratted them out was Shin himself. He wouldn't admit to it for at least 15 years later. Now this goes back to the North Korean doctrine of that you have to be a spy for to other people. You have to report everybody to the higher ups in authority. So people like Shin, they rat their own family, they rat their own friends, or what they call friends. They rat their own, and so they rat their own pets if they had a chance to do so. Because life in North Korea, especially in the camps, was so bad that the number one, they had to find scraps on the floor and the ground, seeds and pieces of corn and stuff. And number 2, any little amount of privilege that you could get from ratting people out, listening is a good thing for status in those times. Whether it be in the past, like Kim Jong-il and Kim Il-sung before him, or the son Kim Jong-un, now which they praise the god. Which, to be honest with you, I think that in reality, they praise like God, and they say all these wonderful things about him, and it's really talk. But deep down, I'm sure they know that he's a prince of all tricks. That he's a bad leader. They know that he's leaving the die while he gets fat. Quite literally. And Shin talked about how this little girl was berated and beaten by their teacher for just getting a few pieces of corn extra for, off the floor, off the filthy floor and ground to eat. Now, that's very bad. But we said that when I'm going to jump around a little bit in the book here and there, so just stay with me. I mean, this book is definitely worth buying for yourself and finding out the gruesome details of North Korea. But I can't do it justice. Now, they also talk about how the men in the camp were realized, it was a very tough thing for men and women for the hard labor and stuff like that. But for the men, it wasn't that bad in comparison to the women, because not only did they have hard labor, not only did they have to do sewing, sweatshop sewing for clothes and stuff, uniforms and things, but they also had the addition of performing sexual favors to the men, to the officers, to the teachers, to the higher ups in authority. So that was even worse, because and I know that it's horrible to think of, sexual favors and stuff, but some authority figures, let's say, were a lot harsher in their desires, let's put it that way, than others. Other people might be more gentle and more kind and more this and that. But the other one, some of them might be like more demanding and rougher. Take for that for what you will, but yeah. This type of thing with sex favors are all around bad, but they can be worse than some people. Some people can be worse than others in that regard. Anyway, he was saying that Shin was saying that this is how he lost his own virginity by having a fellow worker, I guess, want something in return for sex and stuff, or anyway that the higher ups wanted to see what would happen if they took them to where they get on and stuff. But besides that, it was the pretty gruesome. And then there was the fact of torture for Finn, because at one point, besides being starved and beaten and all that, he was actually hog-tied. That's where they tie your wrists together like that, and they tie your ankles together, and they pretty much boil you over open fire, kind of like a barbecue, if you will, for like the big suckling pigs, and they have that there with him in it being tortured. And they had this one guy who was kind enough to, after they were done with him, to take him down and, nurse his wounds. Unfortunately, that guy didn't survive to the next time that they met in the book. But it was a real psychological number on him, because he was trying to please his masters, the higher ups. But it was pretty gruesome, because the guy in charge wanted to get credit for Shin's information. So he had him tortured after giving the information, so kind of like double loss, because Shin lost the information to the guy, and then the guy had him tortured in this horrific way. So it was like double loss. He won't make that mistake again. But when he keeps on he leaves the camp, let me just say something right now, okay? I find it more critical to hear a story about this from a person who was actually born and raised in the camps rather than to someone like me who would travel to North Korea, get caught and put in these camps. Because it's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different set of propaganda. Because I know as a U.S. citizen, and so that many other people know from their own personal experience of watching the news and stuff that North Korea is a shithole. You know, it's like a field nation or what it does stuff. So, but whereas the people over there are well to think that the leadership is divine, it's godly, they don't make any mistakes. Americans and South Koreans are pigs, and everybody else is pretty much doom and gloom and trying to invade their country, and the leadership is keeping them away. Plus, for this matter, they consider the South to be America's bitches on our leash and all that. So that's something else that's negative in propaganda form. But when it was actually time for Shin to leave the camp, there were like, he said there were two different layers of fencing, and both were electrically charged. So he was gonna escape with this other guy, which having two or more prisoners together were kind of like forbidden. Now, why is it located in the prison camp? Because the father and the mother did something that upset the government, and they were put in a prison camp, and the kid too, for generational punishment. I know it's hard for you to grasp, but they did that to prevent any revolution or reaction or revenge or something like that. So anyway, this kid was going with this guy, and they were gonna escape together. Now I don't know how close they were, how friendly they were to each other, but then he decided to the other guy went to cut the fence, and he died right there on the fencing. So when Jin came over, it was like a psychological numbing that, you know, this guy that you knew for so long just died. And he provided you a perfect pathway to get out. So he took the chance. The guy's truth or whatever probably insulated him from transferring the current, the electrified current, to Shin, allowing him to escape. So, whoever that guy is, you know, I'm sure he's up in heaven, or saying, yeah man, you did it. You're out. Now, during the next part, Shin is actually going through the countryside, trying to find out like certain things, like, you know, like how to survive, how to live and stuff with land and with small houses and stuff. He takes a bag full of, I think, corn or rice or something. Yeah, something relatively small. So then he trades up for something a little bigger than that. He is able to get transport to the Chinese border. in the middle of the cover of night too. So he ends up going underneath the bridge, I believe, and he met by smugglers too to help him across the border. Now, this is very important to know that you can't just drive across the border to China or South Korea. No. God forbid that would happen. Because North Korea wants the populace to stay indoors. They want them to stay in the borders. Because otherwise, heaven forbid they get out and they talk of the situation that they're in. In fact, we all know that Asian people in general are more petite than your average person. That being said, people from North Korea are more petite than South Koreans. This is because North Koreans have such poor diets and such poor vitamin intake and nutritional intake and stuff that they're actually shorter and more they got more malnutrition in their system than say somebody else that's very well fed know about. So besides that, the guy goes to the guy ends up going to get smuggled out of the country, and along with all the other poor conditions like camps, the sexual assault to the women, I'm sure men too, among other things too, forced labor, hard labor, shootings, they're all very unpleasant. So then Shin ends up going to China, and he gets more of them, gets more familiar with the area over there, and he gets a job over there and stuff like that. So then he ends up coming to South Korea from there, and then from there to the United States of America. Yeah. Then from there, from there, get to talk about himself and his experience in North Korea. So they also talk about how his post North Korea life and post Asia life, where he talking about how he met people over here, other refugees from North Korea, and he talked about how much he now in he used to be in a group for people who came from it, like PTSD, and he was there to help they program them and getting used to money and helping get used to socialization skills and stuff like that. Even though he himself kind of resisted that, because in North Korea, you always gotta be careful of who you're with. Is this person gonna tell me? Is that person gonna tell me? Are they gonna report me for threatening somebody else? I'm them. That type of thing. So he couldn't really get close to anybody. And he did try unsuccessfully to find love, but there was love there, but then he kind of shy away from it. Understandable. But yeah. I highly recommend this book because it shows what a man like him will go through for freedom, and it shows the horrible nature of North Korea as a whole. Besides the whole propaganda village and how it's set up to look like a prosperous country. Meanwhile, it's not. It's not. Like I made reference in the first movie, in the interview movie, that when they talk with women with Kim Jong Un, they don't do it just because they're like powerful men or because they're attracted to their personalities and whatnot. They do it because they don't do it. The families will die, or they will die. So, also for the same matter, there are very weird jobs that only exist in North Korea, like traffic people who don't do much traffic work because there aren't very many cars. It's for personal use. Everything is always the military or the high politicians. So yeah, I give the book Escape from Camp 14 a double happy face seal of approval. It's just so good. And thank you for watching this book review for Asian History Month. I enjoyed it. And I highly recommend you get this book for yourself. I believe that they made a YouTube video for him, Shin Dong Hyuk, and his travels in North Korea. Anyway, if you like what you see here, and you want to see more of my videos and such, always like, comment, share, and more importantly, subscribe to my channel. You can also give me advice about stuff that you want to see in future videos by calling or texting me at 631 707 370. 631 707 3707. So, also you can get me on my Twitter at PMeltonPro. Also, you can reach me at my email at jjsviewingchannel at gmail.com. So, remember guys, I salute anybody that survived North Korea. They are instantly A+ material in my book. You might also want to check out the stories by Yeoman Park. She's excellent in describing what it's like for a woman in North Korea, especially a pretty woman, and it's not very good. For example, she talks about how she herself was considered pretty in North Korea, and that the leader had a very special occupation in mind for them, being sex slaves and models for him in such a way. And it's good that she can go that family protect her from that. So yeah, there's that. And if you refuse to work, you die, or your family gets hard labor. So that's a hell of a service plan there. Medical benefits and all that. Get lead poisoning right very quickly doing that. Or a broken neck. So yeah. Peace out and present sisters. Aloha guys and girls and it's been a deal for the book Escape from Camp 14 and this is 18th month 2024. See ya in the next one.